What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the best fist build in Grounded 2. So in this build guide I will give you a quick overview of the setup, then I will explain what mutations and weapons should you focus on, then as well we'll see what is the best gear and how to get it for both the early game and then the end game. And then finally we will go over the trinkets, the best gameplay tips and many more features that you should use, so we would be able to get the highest damage possible and much more. Also, if you're interested in buying other PC or console games with 50 or 70% discount, then check out Instant Gaming. For example, I want to buy Elden Ring, so we just click on Add to Cart, then click Pay, then input our details and pay. After payment is complete, we will receive activation key, then copy and paste the key in, and it's that simple. So what are you waiting for? Click my link description and check out Instant Gaming for yourself. So let's kick things off with an overview. This build is designed to turn you into a relentless close-range brawler, who gets stronger the more aggressive you play. It focuses entirely on unarmed combat, by using your fist to deliver devastating combos, with venomous bursts and tons of stun buildup. What makes the build truly powerful is how it synergizes with multiple damage over time effects, status inflicting hits and crowd control, into one of the most extremely mobile setups. You'll dart around your enemies, punch them into submission, and leave them reeling from the venom and the blast effects. It's a high-tempo, aggressive playstyle that rewards precision and pressure. In my opinion, it's ideal for solo players who want to dominate enemies with a sheer force, and equally excellent in co-op for helping to break apart even the tankiest enemies with relentless damage. Now let's dig into the gear setup. For this build, the armor that you wear is absolutely a key to maximizing venom output and the dash-based combat. We're talking about the Wolf armor set here, which is by far the best armor for this kind of up-close and personal gameplay. It's a tier 3 armor set composed of the Wolf Splouders, Wolf leggings and the tier 3 Wolf shell helmet. When you equip the full set, you will unlock the deadly venom bonus, which means that your melee attacks have a chance to apply venom, or even more damage over time. That extra poison really stacks up in the longer fights or against bulky enemies. Each piece of armor set comes with the Rogue armor and the Venomous Dasher mods. These are critical to build. The Rogue armor enhances your movement and the dash-based combat, while Venomous Dasher will give you a dash strikes and additional burst of venom buildup. Together, these mods not only help you to avoid damage more easily, but they will let you consistently weave in and out of combat, while leaving your enemies slowly melting away. However, let's just say that you haven't hit tier 3 yet, or you're still working your way through the mid-game. Then in that case, the Weaver armor set is your go-to. This set also leans into the dash-based rogue combat, by offering you the dual dasher mod and the rogue armor on every piece. It provides a great stepping stone into the late-game version of this build. It also offers a slight critical hit chance boost, by giving you more opportunities to proc bonus damage while maintaining mobility. Now, what is the fist build without the fists themselves? And the Northern Shredders are your main weapon for this setup. These are tier 2 fist type of weapons that fall under the dual wield category. While they may look light, they pack a serious punch. They allow for lightning fast combos, especially when paired with the Rogue armor mods and the Lil Fist mutation. What makes them especially powerful is their built-in critical hit venom mod, which lets your critical strikes apply venom damage. This stacks beautifully with the armor bonus and other venom boosting effects, allowing you to apply constant pressure to even the most resilient enemies. If you're still in the early stages of the game, then don't worry. The midi claws are a solid early option. You can grab these in tier 1, and they still benefit from unarmed combat boosts, and synergize well with your early mutations. They're quick, easy to craft, and perfect for farming your Lil Fist mutation early. You'll want to farm the Lawn Mites as often as possible, since they provide great material for both crafting and boosting your early game performance. And then as you progress and get access to the stronger tools, you'll want to make it priority to move from the midi class to the Northern Shredders as soon as you can. The jump in the raw damage, venom effect and the combat potential is huge, and will further elevate your build to a whole new level. Next up, let's move over to the trinkets. The best trinket for this build, hands down, is the Blistering Boiler. This tier 2 trinket will provide a very unique perk, so every third hit in your melee combat will unleash a blast wave around you. It doesn't just deal extra damage, it also interrupts nearby enemies, and adds another layer of crowd control to your already aggressive combat style. Since the Northern Shredders will hit incredibly fast, you will be triggering the blast wave very frequently, especially during boss fights or while surrounded by groups of bugs. It's hard to overstate how useful this is. In a game where enemies often try to swarm you or interrupt your combos, having a passive blast away go off every couple of seconds can be a difference between getting overwhelmed and wiping out a group before even they touch you. Then next, we're getting to the heart of the build, aka Mutations. This is what gives your character the real power behind every punch. First and most importantly is the Lil Fist mutation, and as the name suggests, it was made for this build. It increases your unarmed attack speed, boosts stun buildup, and gives you access to a special charge punch when fully stacked. You can level this up by fighting unarmed regularly, which is easy to do with a melee class in the early game. Once maxed, the Lil Fist will turn you into a stun machine, letting you lock enemies into a flinch animation while dealing continuous venom damage. Second, you want to grab the Cardio Fan. This is a stamina focused mutation that grants faster stamina regen while running, dodging, or exhausting yourself. Since your build relies on movement and rapid attacks, you will often burn through stamina quickly. Cardio Fan helps you to keep tempo without getting winded or stuck waiting to recharge. It's essential for maintaining aggression through longer fights. As you move into the higher levels and boss content, you can also start experimenting with other mutations like the Frenzy or the Buff Lungs. Frenzy increases your damage output during the high intensity combat phases, while the Buff Lungs give a stamina bonus that complements Cardio Fan very well. And now finally, let's talk strategy and how do you actually play this build. The answer is, you play it like a rogue on steroids. This is not a build for standing back or playing passively. You dive in, then land your combos, dodge out and strike again. You want to be aggressive, but smart, weaving between enemies and letting your venom and blast effects do the work. When combat starts, open with a few lightning combos to build up the venom and the Lil Fist stacks. You'll notice how quickly enemies start staggering as your stun buildup kicks in. Once you have a full stack of the Lil Fist, unleash the charged attack to deal a massive blow that can knock out tougher bugs or heavily wound elite enemies. Then follow that up immediately with another combo to maximize the uptime on the venom. Use your dash frequently, not just to avoid damage, but to trigger venomous dasher effects. A well-timed dash strike can turn the tide of a fight, letting you land a burst of damage and apply venom while avoiding incoming hits. Against bosses, your strategy remains the same. Getting close, deal burst damage, back off to regain stamina and repeat. Use terrain to your advantage and always keep an eye out on the stamina. With the Cardio Fan active, you will have plenty of uptime to stay mobile. Don't forget to make use of the Blistering Boiler trinket during these fights. Every third hit you land will trigger a blast wave that interrupts attacks and adds bonus AoE damage, giving you the upper hand even into prolonged fights. However, if you're playing in co-op, then your role can shift slightly depending on your team's composition. If your allies are playing ranged builds, then you become the frontline distraction and disabler, stunning enemies and keeping the pressure off your teammates. But perhaps if your team is mostly melee, then you will act more like an assassin type, taking down priority targets quickly before darting away. So let me know what you think about this build in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous video where I showed you the top 3 best builds in Grounded 2 and much more. So click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.